What's up, guys? Maritime Spook here, and the wind's horrible out, guys, so I'm just up along my rock wall area here and out for a walk, and figured I would stop and drop off some firewood. And you can hear the wind picking up there now. The reason I do that is I take some firewood and I stick it under some of these trees and into the bushes, so when I come up here it's all ready for me to chop up. Probably should stand a little bit out from here when we get big gusts like that, eh? But so anyway, guys, I'm just out and about. I don't think I'm even going to have a fire or anything like that. I think I'm just going to stop and have a drink of water and get the firewood ready. I may process it up. I may just have a little talk about a couple things. Basically, my knife rig. A guy had asked me the other day, and I'll show you a couple things. I added one thing to it, and just a heck of a good little rig. So just bear with me, guys. I'm gonna get my water out, drop off the firewood where it needs to go, and we'll get back with you. Maritime Spook here, and I'm just out hunkered in kind of a few trees here, guys, and I know the wind's blowing, but this is a spot that I kind of know there's no widowmaker, or else I wouldn't be under any trees. Hunkered in, guys, just out getting some replenishing the wind is horrible, replenishing the birch bark stash, and going out, and I just got some resin, that hardened resin, and I went and got some of that and put that up or whatever. But the other day I was talking about chaga, and I had said different tools, and you see in a couple of my videos like prior about chaga, I use the nor'easter knife, I use the Chris Gaines survival knife, you know, use hatchets, sharpened sticks and everything else. But if you want a perfect go-to like tool, you know, besides a knife or whatever, get one of these right here, guys. These Sog Fasthawks, guys, they're not expensive. You can get them for like 40 bucks in the States. You can get them for like, I think they're like 60 bucks here in Canada, right at Canadian Tire. They're just perfect for chaga. So if you ever harvest a chaga, you'll know that it doesn't come off that easy sometimes. You're lucky to get it off in a big piece. I've somewhat got it down to a science because I've harvested an awful lot of chaga, so I can kind of get it off in one, you know, pretty big piece. But if you break it up in little smaller pieces, it really doesn't matter that much. But it's nice to get the whole thing pulled off of the tree, and then I leave a little bit of a layer around the piece, so hopefully it'll grow back. But these are excellent for it, guys, and it's because this tomahawk has a smaller blade profile. And you can get in there, and I kind of just go around it, like I work my way around it, and then I can get up underneath of it, guys, and just the force that's generated, it'll kind of go in between the fruit layer and the tree and just pop it right off. Sometimes I can get them in 2 or 3 hits after I've gone around it a little bit and just knock it right off of here. Same with the back of this, back of it, you can use it to get it, you know, in between, like I said, the fruit body part of the chaga and the tree. So that's a great tool. So if anybody was going to ask what tool would be a good one, this would be my #1 choice right here to take above a knife, above a normal hatchet, just because of the shape of this and because you can get a lot of force behind it. I harvested a lot of chaga with my other one. Actually, a guy wanted it really bad a few years ago in a trade, so I traded it to him. But I actually ended up going just a couple months ago now and trading with my buddy Big Boy Bushcraft, Dick, and I ended up getting one back, and I'll never get rid of it now, guys. And I mean, you can get them, like I said, at Canadian Tire here in Canada for about 60 bucks. But immaculate tool for harvesting anything. But this wind's crazy, guys, so I'll get back with you if something else comes up. But I want to share that with you. But just out with the F1 today, Leonard Leatherworks rig. Just immaculate stuff, guys. I just want to say thank you to a couple companies. One of them being Weatherwool. I got a new item coming from them, just immaculate. You want 10% off? Use the code, all uppercase letters, code SPOOK10 on weatherwool.com. You'll get 10% off, code SPOOK10. If you want to get 10% off of Leonard Leatherworks, leather sheaths, belts, pouches, you know, wallets, everything he's got over there. Another same code, all uppercase letters, SPOOK10. Get on his Etsy page. There's going to be a link in the description to both of those companies. And as well, my friends at Tough Duck. This is the X40 hat I'm wearing, and I'm actually wearing a pair of their overalls right now. And I absolutely love these. I showed these in a video, guys. And, you know, I got my neck knife tucked into here, and they're just a great pair of overalls by Tough Duck. And I've actually got the tomahawk tucked into the hammer you know, the hammer slot. So let me show you that real quick. See how that goes in there, guys? And that won't, see, that's not going to come out of there either, guys, because I have trekked all over God and creation with this thing in that hammer slot, and I have not lost it. And I took it a step further just to make sure I wouldn't lose it, and I took a paracord bracelet and I wrapped it through the belt loop, and you can use it sort of like a dangler on your belt, but you can also, I attach that to the hammer slot first. I'll attach it, click it through the hammer slot, and then I'll put it down through the hammer slot. So I got like double retention there, so it's just not going to, even if it did pop out, it's not going to fall out. When I'm just going out and about though, I've never lost it. Like if I'm taking it out a bunch of times, I don't ever just go and, you know, like attach it. But if I'm out for a walk or whatever, you know, it's gonna, and if I'm traveling, we'll say somewhere, yeah, I'll clip it in there. And another thing, I got my F1. I can take this again, where I've got it set up cross draw or Merc harness, whatever you want to call it. Clip it through there. And then I've got it, you know, easily accessible there too as well. But a lot of the time I'll put it in the hammer slot, and you know, I like carrying it in there. It's out of the way and I ain't gonna lose it. So, but like I said, guys, just out gathering some resources. Not much going on today. The wind's so bad. I'm not even gonna have a fire, guys. I was just getting a drink and sat and had a drink of water. So I'll get back with you here in a minute, guys, if anything else comes up, and we'll call it good. Guys, probably end it here in a minute, but I was just showing you a couple things. Excuse me, how I like to carry my hatchet. Something I wanted to show. Something I want to show you here, guys. I've been communicating with my dad. It's probably at least a click away from here. I kind of came up to one of our blueberry fields. 10-4, over and out there, you're down, eh?
Yeah, 10-4, sitting in front of the computer.
Sounds good, Dad. I love you.
Love you too. We'll see you in a bit.
10-4, over and out. So, the thing is, guys, this company, Cobra, we've had these walkie-talkies for like over 10 years, basically. They're still just as good. They've been on trips as far away as Toronto. If it's put in perspective where that is, it's a 16-hour drive away from where I live. So, I mean, these have been all over the place from car to car. Say we were traveling with 2 cars up there. We'd have a walkie-talkie in each car. That way you could communicate, you know, hey, stopping for a pee break, or hey, need some gas, or, you know, hey, you know, storm's getting bad, or just anything. You got a way to communicate, okay? A lot of people don't think of that stuff, guys. They go jaunting off in there, and that goes back to what I said before. You don't have to go on a 300-mile trek down in the woods, or up the top of a mountain, or rappelling across the, you know, a ravine or anything to go and practice skills, okay? I've done and learned so much, guys, and I'm not saying this to toot my own horn, but I have no problem whatsoever if I had to come out here and stay for even like a week. Well, I brought enough food. Even if I didn't have food, guys, you know, with breaking the law, I've been able to hunt and do snare and do things like that. There's so much stuff around here, guys. I got 2 or 3 trails over here where every day I could snare turkeys. I know we could, because they're coming in and out of the same spots. So I'm just saying, guys, there's ways that you can do things by being out there without having to be, you know, in a Bear Grylls survival situation or something like that, you know, rappelling across things or anything like that. So what we do, we're like a kilometer away, and a lot of the time what we'll end up doing is we'll take one of these with us. So I got a couple of these coming from the Cobra company to show you guys. It'll be a little bit before they get here, but I'm gonna just keep using my older ones. And it's something, in all honesty, that me and my dad just started adopting, you know, recently ourselves again, because, you know, he's getting older, Spook's getting older. Sometimes I am going far away. I'm not going, you know, 4 miles, 6 miles down in the woods, but I'm going far enough that, I mean, it's back here, especially looking for chaga and stuff. You can't just stay in one area. So just a good thing to think about, guys. Get yourself a good pair. Don't get a pair that's, you know, 20 bucks or whatever from Giant Tiger. Get yourself a good, you know, Cobra's an awesome brand. I can attest to that. I've had these for 10 years now, like I said, at least. I'm guessing even more. And the new pair I got coming in, they have a lot more features, and I think that they're a lot longer range as well. So it'd be fun to test them out and try it. But that's just something to think about, guys. They can clip onto your gear easy. This has a clip right there. and then it's, you know, there you go. If you have a microphone, you can have it hands-free. The ones that I have coming are going to have a lot of features, guys, so just something to think about. Peace of mind for the wife. She may want to let you out more if she can get a hold of you. Same with the kids, even your kids, guys. You know, my kids likes to go around. We got 50 acres of land here, guys. We've got coyotes, we got bears, we got bull moose, you know, foxes, bobcats. I mean, just all kinds, eagles, all kinds of stuff out here, guys. So even with this, I'm going to throw, you know, a couple of these with my kid and say, you know, if you're going up back to play with your drone, take the walkie-talkie with you. It's not hard to do. You know, like I said, probably about a click and some away from the house, and that was easy pickup. You just heard it on there. So anyway, guys, I'll show you, you know, show you a better video of these sometime. But I wanted to end this with one more thing. I had talked to you before about, I had talked to you guys before about, I'll clip that back on. I talked to you guys before, sorry about that, what I usually carry in my Leonard Leatherworks rig, and I kind of upgraded it, and I'll show you what I mean. And what I do is I keep the fishing kit in there. And one thing I do now, and I repeatedly did before with my other thing, I lost one of these little red things, guys, somewhere. So what I do is I take, this is my fire, getting like last resort fire stuff here, guys, and I got a Tender Quick in there. And then I have it pretty much just stuffed full of fat wood shavings and little pieces of fat wood in there. And I can fluff this Tender Quick up and then take it and add it with that fat wood shavings and the little, you know, and the dust of the fat wood. And as long as I have birch bark, which I went out and got a bunch more today, I'll be all set. So I added that back to my setup. And another thing I did is I had the SOL fishing kit inside the rig as well. And I actually added, and I just dropped it, so I'll have to pick it up and show you, but that'll have to go in there tighter. That's why you test your gear. Just bear with me for a second. I actually added to the fishing kit here my it's a Ghost. It's made by Atlantic Salmon Federation to raise money for a salmon, so it's a good cause too. But this is a gray Ghost, and it's hand tied by Andy Nestoric. And you just got yourself a little fly there, guys, and that dancing on top of a little brook, well, you will not believe, they go absolutely nuts. I have one just like this, and it just works so good. So I took it with the fishing kit and put it inside the rig, and then now inside the F1 rig, I've definitely got the fire covered again and the food, because I showed it to a few people. And after I watched the video, I thought, you know, that's not how I usually carry that. So I want to, you know, kind of go back and show you what it meant. That's what I meant. Get the tender in there, Tender Quick, a way to catch some food. If something happens, I got that on me. I got my tomahawk strapped to me. You know, and then I might, away I go. Keep my stick on the ice, right? So anyway, guys, Spook signing out. I'm going to head back with the old man and see what he's doing. Just want to say thank you to everybody on Instagram. Thank you to Weatherwool, Leonard Leatherworks, Tough Duck, Triple X Knives. I mean, there's just so many. Wildew, Uberluden, Speedy Sharp. You guys all just Kapilka, Young and McKenzie. I mean, there's so many I could go through, guys. Just crazy that have been so good to me and let me do things. Cobra Walkie Talkies will be coming up soon. Stay safe, guys. Spook signing out. Been a kind of jungle video, guys, but I was just out and about today and figured I'd take you with me. Stay safe, guys.